So here's what we know at this hour. Military officials there have confirmed that there have been 6 U.S. service members killed, and they warn more American deaths are possible. The U.S. and Israel have now struck more than 1,250 targets inside of Iran since this war started. President Trump saying the operation there could last at least a month. The president also saying he's not ruling out ground troops in Iran if necessary.
But Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says that this war in Iran will not be endless and that the U.S. goal was not a regime change.
So tonight, a new message from Secretary of State Marco Rubio to Americans who are currently in the Middle East. A video posted tonight on social media with Rubio advising U.S. citizens to leave more than a dozen countries in the region. Listen to this.
At the Department of State, our #1 priority is the safety and the security of American citizens everywhere in the world. Now, with what's going on in the Middle East with Operation Epic Fury and the cowardly attacks that we're seeing from Iran against Gulf countries, I wanted to take this chance to speak directly to Americans who are in the Middle East about the work we are doing to try to keep you safe.
So the list of countries includes Egypt, Israel, Jordan, Lebanon, and Saudi Arabia. Americans are facing challenges getting out of these countries with sweeping airspace closures in effect. Rubio says that Americans should register with the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. There are also security updates via WhatsApp on the U.S. Citizens Channel.
And here at home, Jacksonville activists hit the streets condemning U.S. airstrikes on Iran. The Jacksonville chapter of the Democratic Socialists hosting a rally outside Naval Air Station Jacksonville this evening. Our Sydney Deshawn was at this rally. She joins us tonight with both sides of this debate.
Well, Anthony, protesters here in Jacksonville say they will keep fighting until the U.S. ends its military aggression. But President Trump is pushing back on rallies like this, saying Democrats are criticizing the strikes only because he ordered them, and he warns they could continue for weeks. Outside Naval Air Station Jacksonville, a group of protesters making their voices heard. They want the U.S. out of Iran. Nick Petros with the Jacksonville Democratic Socialists of America says he was filled with outrage after learning about what happened over the weekend.
Innocents are dying, so we can't have that. We need to stand up for that.
But not everyone agrees. Some members of Jacksonville's Iranian community say this was necessary.
We've waited for years for this day to come. We had to leave Iran and flee for our safety when I was a young man. I know there's some people that might oppose this, but from the Iranian people, we couldn't be any more grateful and thankful for the United States for stepping in.
On social media Monday night, President Trump hit back at protests like this one at NAS Jax. He wrote, quote, "What most people understand is that they are only complaining because I did it. And if I didn't do it, they would be screaming, why didn't Trump attack Iran?" End quote. Petros insisting it's not about politics, it's about lives and America's role overseas.
We want to educate people on what's going on and to show them that there's people fighting and speaking up against what's happening in this country and around the world.
Now, President Trump says the operation could last 4 to 5 weeks, but America is ready to go far longer if needed. Anthony.